Hello, everybody. This is Angel Riva with Mindalia TV here from the Soccer X today, and we have with us Clay Butler. Hi, Clay. How are you?
Doing good.
Awesome. So, we have titled this interview with Clay. We've brought the interview here with us because he likes to do something which is definitely a concern for a lot of people in our audience, which is sugar and our kids. And Clay has been extensively working the food industry, trying to, help families, help kids, and avoid them to eating so much sugar as we typically do every single day. So, what would you say started your journey, Clay?
Well, it started with myself.
Okay.
I'd always been fit and active, but I'd slowly put on the pounds. I was still considered a thin guy just because of the way I carry my weight. But it really didn't hit home until I took my daughter in to a checkup. She was 7. And I jumped on the scale at the doctor's office. It said 177. In my head, I thought I was like maybe 165 tops. I'm like, whoa, feature creep, right? I'm like, This is not good. So I said, well, first thing is just stop carbohydrates. Just no cookies, no crackers, no pastry, drop that junk. Felt a lot better. Weight started coming off. Like, okay, this is getting somewhere. Then I started learning a lot about ancestral diets and the role of insulin. And insulin's a fat storage hormone, and it's triggered by carbohydrates. So I started shifting to a high-fat, low-carbohydrate diet. More weight just started falling off. Energy level went up. The hangry feeling went away. Hangry is a word of hunger and anger combined. After surfing, I used to be hangry. I'd surf for 2 or 3 hours, and I'd be starving when I get done surfing. And it was basically because I was still on a sugar spike. I needed glucose all the time to run my body. Once I switched to a high-fat, low-carbohydrate diet, I became very efficient at burning fat. Fat is like a log. Burns long and slow. Carbohydrates are like kindling. Throw it. You can heat your house with kindling, but you'll just be throwing it on the fire because it goes dies down. You're like, okay, got to throw more. So a log is a much more sensible way to heat your house. In your body, fat is like a log. So I've activated that, and it's just been life changing. 52 now, extremely easy to stay lean. I don't feel deprived. I've added intermittent fasting now, which is really working. Energy levels are going up. Recovery time from surfing. So I go surfing I get up really early at night. I surf on a fasted stomach. Go surf for 2-3 hours, and I still don't eat until 10 or noon. That used to be impossible when I was a sugar burner. So that leads to the company. How about if we created products that make it very easy for people to transition away from sugar? One of the first things you got to do is you have to create an analog for that. The worst advice is telling somebody to eat right and exercise. Because the question is, what is exercise? What counts as exercise? And what does eating right mean? So really what you need to do is tell them something very specific. Like, eat more fat, reduce your carbohydrates. Of course, then you have to explain carbohydrates. But you got to transition to them. Very few people can just flip their diet overnight, their lifestyle. They need baby steps. So our drinks is DRNX, our sugar-free beverage, is one of those baby steps. It feels like you're drinking a sugary sports drink, but you're not. No sugar. It's all naturally sweetened. Only 5 calories for the whole bottle with erythritol, monk fruit, stevia. Got 6 adaptogens. They're great. Adaptogens are basically stress-relieving herbs. They help keep your body in homeostasis. And it's got a full day supply of your vitamin B12. I mean, all your B vitamins, plus 25% of your selenium, chromium, and vitamin D3. So you could just ditch Gatorade, Powerade, any of those, and pick up our drink. Taste-wise, the pleasurable experience, you will not notice any difference. However, you will notice a difference in your body and how you react. Sugar level, your blood sugar levels will be stable, and you'll be energized. and you'll feel really good, and you'll be doing something healthy.
Now that you have given us this dissertation,
Yeah.
PhD level dissertation, I mean, you definitely know your stuff, and I'm impressed because obviously, in a very simple way, you have been able to communicate something which is really a concern for so many people, so many parents, and so many kids in this world. So, would you mind introducing yourself, letting your audience know who you are?
I'm Clay Butler. I'm co-founder of Future Forward Foods, which is the umbrella organization for Berg Bites, which is named after the creator, Daniel Berg. He made this oat, all clean energy oat and nut butter snack when he was in high school. And then his parents kept sending him to him when he was in college, and everyone says, dude, you got to sell this. So he started a company. He brought me on because I'm a packaging design expert. We hit it off. I became part of the company, and then we did the drinks together. The bites are actually going to be sugar-free very soon. Sugar-free in the sense that no added sugar. It has a little bit of agave, which is partly for sweetening, but also to stick it together. A lot of people don't know. You see all these energy bars, and you see all these different syrups in there. Like, why do they have brown rice syrup and this syrup and this? They need something to stick it together. Well, we found something that does stick it together, but is not a sugar, tastes like sugar, actually stabilizes your blood sugar. So we're very excited about that.
Does it have a name? Or is
yes,
it
allulose.
Allulose.
Allulose. Allulose. It's double L's. Allulose. And it's all natural. But your body doesn't metabolize it as sugar. You're not going to get the insulin spike, which is really key. It's really easy to trigger insulin. Protein does. And insulin does some good things. It shuttles nutrients into the cells, which is important. However, it's also extremely good at storing fat. Most people, their liver and their muscles are saturated with glycogen. They can't store anymore. They're not burning it off. They're not professional athletes. But they're eating a carbohydrate level that you would need to be a professional athlete. You're eating 200, 300, 400 grams of carbohydrates. For a sedentary person, that's a one-way trip to insulin resistance and eventually diabetes and obesity. You will get there. It's almost inevitable as you age. Too much. So the trick is to keep your insulin doing this because it also likes to store fat. And so we're very into anything that doesn't trigger insulin response because we live in a world where it's available 24/7. Candies everywhere. They sell candy at the computer supply store, at Best Buy, places that never used to have candy. Have you noticed that?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You go to rent a movie, there's candy. You go to buy a hard drive, there's candy at the checkout. There used to never be candy in an office supply store. So everywhere we go, it's like eat candy, eat carbohydrates. And I don't know, I think it's unfair that these billion-dollar companies who are pushing this on them, and then people indulge, they mess up their metabolism, they get upset, and the food companies go, hey, it's your fault. You didn't have to eat it. Like, yeah, but we've created an environment that almost guarantees failure. And when you create an environment that almost guarantees failure, it's just not honest to just blame them entirely, right? So we're creating very consumer-friendly, fun, attractive, great tasting products that are healthy for you, so you can have a replacement that feels like the same but much better for you.
I would guess, I don't know the industry, but I would guess that actually there's more and more people in bars, supermarkets,
huge. The market's just going like that.
Grocery stores, and I would say it's because I can speak with myself or for myself. It's because of the convenience. So
Very convenient.
Exactly. So you can carry, those bars anywhere. They do the thing, right? I mean, if you're hungry, then you
won't be hungry anymore for a while.
But the question is, why is it necessary? Because I chose myself one time. I'm going to be on a high-fat diet. Why is there so much added sugar on every single bar? Why is it? What's the reason? What's the main reason why there's so much sugar added to any single bar out there? Almost.
There's two.
Okay.
Sweet cells.
Okay. Sweet cell.
You get a dopamine rush. Love the sugar, right? You get that sugar rush. But honestly, a lot of these food choices that you see in processed foods of all sorts are pragmatic choices. Sugar is a great syrups and sugars bind ingredients together really well. It's cheap. It binds the ingredients, plus sugar is a natural preservative. Your bar will last longer. It'll taste very sweet, and everything will stick together. You ditch the sugar. Now you're like, how can I get these oats and these grains? How's it going to stick together? You got to figure it out. So there's different types of fibers out there, natural plant fibers that you can use that are much healthier alternative. And I think eventually, over the years, the whole market will shift largely to that. But when you're a new company like us, we have an advantage because we don't have to reformulate anything. We're starting off with the latest technology on the best sugar substitute, right? These companies have had a bar out for 10 years. It might be a year and a half, 2 years of R&D just to get it close enough so their customers don't freak out. Because, you rip open a Quest bar, a lot of these companies get it. They make a little change. They're like, I don't like it. Then they blog about it, and they Instagram it, and like, I hate this. And then they deal with the PR mess, right? Just because they change one ingredient. So it just takes a long time because it takes a long time to reformulate a product so you don't disrupt your own market and upset your distributors and upset. Because there's a lot of people in the supply chain that are counting on being the same all the time.
And how does it feel disrupting a market like you? How does it feel? Because you spoke about
it feels great.
Customer, about consumer habits. You're talking about things that have so ingrained into our diets, sugar. So how does it feel to be someone who's disrupting the market, and how is the market reacting to kind of disruptions?
Well, us individually, we're not big enough to really have that type of effect yet. I'm hoping we do. But you're seeing it already. Gatorade has introduced a sugar-free Gatorade after spending decades telling you need pound 50 ounces of sugar water every hour, or you just can't get through a game of soccer, or you can't possibly run a mile, right? The fact that they're coming out the sugar-free beverage either means they still believe that and they're just satisfying the market, or maybe they see the writing on the wall and go, we maybe can't be a sugary beverage forever. And we might as well start changing now, because I don't know, I can go out, I get up I'll have my last meal at like 6 o'clock at night, and then I'll get up around 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning because I like to surf at night. And I'll surf literally 3 or 4 hours on a good day when the waves are pumping. On a fasted state, energy level nonstop. I get out, I go home, have a cup of coffee, and then go work. I might not even eat for a couple hours. Okay, so if all you consume is sugar for your energy, yes, you do need sugar to keep performing. However, once you switch to fat, you don't need sugar, and you'll do just fine. And everyone who's done it, everyone who's switched to intermittent fasting or high fat, low carb, I'll come out walking away going, why didn't anyone tell me about this sooner? Because it's life changing. Pounds start dropping off. You don't need to eat every 2 hours and have a snack. You can jump on a plane for 6 hours and you don't have to worry about bringing food with you. You'll eat when you get there. No big deal, right?
Tell us more about intermittent fasting. I think it's fascinating. People really don't know. And again, I think it's a matter of education. Even our moms and our grandmas would say, no, you have to be eating and eating and eating, yes. Right? So what's going on with fasting? Why is it so powerful?
Okay. First, I'm going to start off and just saying fasting is really for adults.
Okay.
Children, they're growing so fast, maybe not the best time to do 16-8, which would be 16 hours not eating, 8 hours. Okay. They're just burning too much. Not the time to play this. This is after your body is grown and you notice like, wow, the pounds are starting to come on, even though I'm not eating that much. You know, it's just going to happen. It's more for adults. It won't hurt a child, but children already have enough issues with food, particularly girls. Intermittent fasting might just be another form of an eating disorder for a child.
Okay.
So, right? Children
Thank you.
should just concentrate on whole foods, no sugar, but eat when they're hungry. This is for adults. Here's how it works. Take the same amount of calories.
Okay.
Let's say you can maintain on 2,000 calories a day. If you eat that in a short window and you have at least 16 hours, nothing to eat, your body goes, oh, I had a great meal. Now I have to go hunt and get more food.
Yep.
What happens is your metabolism goes up, autophagy kicks in, which is your cell's own ability to take the damaged part of its cells and recycle it for energy. Your immune system goes up, and your human growth hormone goes up, sometimes 200 or 300%. Higher human growth hormones means faster recovery, stronger bones, stronger muscles. So intermittent fasting triggers this primal event in your body that we need to get down business and get some food, which means you need to be focused, energized at your prime. Take that same amount of calories and stretch it how most people eat, which is kind of 16 hours a day. They do the opposite. Their 16-8 window is sleep for 8, eat for 16. But if you stretch out that calories, the body thinks, wow, you seem to have a lot of food, but not really enough. Better slow down the metabolism. And then so you start eating less, and then less, and pretty soon you've knocked your base level down so low that it's impossible to stay lean because your body. And of course, what happens? That starts cannibalizing muscle. So it's not just a calorie thing. All calories aren't equal. The calorie is not just calories. There's a lot of things at play. So intermittent fasting, I think, eventually most Americans will be doing it. Here's why. It works like a charm. You want to stay trim your whole life? Try intermittent fasting, go high fat, low carb. During your eating window, you eat like a king. No portion control. You almost can't overeat if you're eating whole natural foods in 8 hours. Because you're also combining that with the boosted metabolism and a boosted human growth hormone because you're not eating for 16 hours. I don't know what I have to do. I think I'm just going to have to start eating spoonfuls of peanut butter because I can tell that in another month and a half, I'm going to be maximum leanness and I got to bump up my calories. So yeah, there's 200 calories in a spoon of peanut butter. God, can you imagine that? Like, oh, I got to eat peanut butter out of a spoon. That's supposed to be something you're not supposed to do.
Or
right?
olive oil. Or
olive oil.
Coconut oil.
Extra pat of butter. Coconut oil. Oh my God, what a life, right? To be in a situation where you're like, oh my God, I better eat a spoonful of peanut butter because I'm not getting enough calories today. And then you wake up with it, you still have your 6-pack in the morning, right? That's why I think it's perfect for Americans because it satisfies the desire to eat big, right? No portion control, eat rich foods like high fat, and still maintain your figure. And once you figure it out, you're like, wow, this is amazing.
Which 8 hours in the day should be those 8 hours?
It's up to you.
Oh,
For me, I get up so early. Mine starts between 10 and 11. And I start around 6. And it might be 2 or 3 meals in that time. I just kind of go on feel. Might be 2 big ones and a little one. Might be 2 big ones and a little teeny one at 6. Some people, they're noon to 8. Some people who are night owls, they might not start till 2 and go to 10. So it really just depends on what works for you. And I found that you also don't really have to be too anal about it. Like, yeah, if you want to have a cup of coffee with a little bit of cream, don't put the sugar in. A little bit of cream, you'll be fine. You won't take yourself out of the fasting state. It's just not enough to knock you out of that. You'll be fine. So,
wow, you mentioned before another substance or another adjective referring to the kind of drinks that you have developed, adopt something. Adaptogens. Could you please tell us a little bit more so our audience and Mindalia TV knows exactly what you mean?
The simplest way to think of adaptogens, well, the word adapt is right, in the word, right? It's a Russian word, believe it or not, developed by a Russian scientist in the 60s, where actually the study started in World War II. Because during World War II, of course, everyone's trying to make their soldiers work better, stay more alert, operate the submarines, stay awake when they're flying bombing missions, right? So a lot of research went on. What they did is they tapped into ancient wisdom. What are they doing in Ayurvedic, Chinese medicine? What are these tribes? What's this leaf they're chewing that makes them seem like have such vigorous health and such good focus? So since the 40s, Western medicine scientists have been kind of categorizing plants and figuring out what the component is in each one and what it doesn't do. The adaptogens are different than a drug. If you injure yourself, your arm inflames, then you take some ibuprofen, takes inflammation down, right? However, if you bump your elbow again the next day, that ibuprofen the day you took before won't have it. It hasn't increased your resistance to inflammation. It only works at that moment. Adaptogens, though, however, across the board, reduce all they call non-specific stressors. It could be just a flight or fight response. It could be an injury, illness. It could be I'm studying for an exam. It could be heartbreak, death in the family. All these non-specific stressors, adaptogens, what they do is they bring you into homeostasis. So instead of this is where we want to be, right? This is homeostasis. Not too low, not too high. Adaptogens come in and they reduce the lows and bring down the highs.
Naturally?
Naturally.
So they help you compensate those highs and lows?
Yes.
Just for drinking a drink? I mean, in this case,
yes.
Develop some drinks.
Yes.
And they keep it for a long time, and the effect of keeping that straight line.
Yes. You don't have to keep injecting them. I mean, it's not going to last a lifetime, right?
No.
But what they do is they adaptogens help your body adapt stress in a way, and they seem to operate almost intelligently, in the sense that with an over-the-counter drug, you can OD, right? You can have adverse effects because it's having a very specific action in your body. Adaptogens don't go looking for a problem. They're there to help the cells function at their best. So that's why in my talk I call adaptogens the next antioxidants. Because 15 years ago it was like, anti-what? What's an antioxidant? Right? Everyone knows what an antioxidant is. In general, fights free radicals. Free radicals are bad. They may not understand the science that it's actually replacing a missing neutron to stabilize the molecule. But they understand that, right? I think adaptogens in 3 to 5 years will be just like antioxidants. People will understand the importance. They'll be taking them on a regular basis. They'll be fortified in foods. They'll be in everything. And they'll know they're good, and they'll notice the improvement, but they won't specifically know why. But that's okay, because it's not a faith-based system, right? Science works whether you believe in it or not, right? You can't just go, I don't believe in that, so it won't work, or I believe in it, it will work. So that's the future. I think it's already every year adaptogens have been on the top 10 trends in health and wellness for about 3 years, and it's just gonna it's gonna be jumping up. So it's exciting to be on the cusp of it.
Oh, absolutely. Could you share with the audience of Mindalia TV where can we find you and where can we find your products? Yeah.
The easiest for the drinks, just to go to Amazon. Okay. Anyone can order on Amazon. DRNX shows up right away. Okay, awesome. In fact, you can start with Google and put in DRNX for the top 9 results. One of them. And Berg Bites, you can find now on bergbites.com, BERGBITES, and you can just order directly from us.
Okay, awesome. Amazing. I mean, I've enjoyed so much. I've learned so much with you today, Clay, and I'm sure that Mindalia TV's audience has also learned.
I hope so.
A lot. It's been really fun.
I hope it inspires them.
Oh, absolutely.
You only have one life. You only have one body. Experiment.
So it is.
See what you think. Cut back the sugar. Try eating high-fat, low-carb. See what you think. You'll notice in a week. Most people notice a change in a week. But in a month, you'll know for sure if this is right for you. It will be that dramatic. So give it a try. I mean, it's free, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And fasting's definitely free.
Oh,
it's the only fasting is almost the only thing that is absolutely 100% free, and it's something you don't do, which is right.
Absolutely.
It's the one thing you can do for your health that involves not doing something.
Absolutely, I agree. No,
Eating.
it's amazing. No, we love your journey. Thank you very much for learning. Thank you very much for putting so much energy and passion. We love what you do, and we appreciate that you're bringing so much to our life. Thank you very much.
All right.
So again, this is Angel Riba with Mindalia TV. Excuse me, I have an alarm here. I have to stop it. That's funny. Excuse me, sorry about that. But anyway, this is Angel Riba with Mindalia TV. Thank you very much for being with us today. We were here with Clay Butler from Future Forward Foods. Amazing message that he shared with us today. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.